Today, folks, let's try this one. It's the wonderful Romeo and Juliet by Mr. Mark Knopfler at Straits. Now, I did this a few years ago, about 4 years ago, but I didn't do all of it. I just had a dabble with it. But today, you can download your idiot-proof paperwork, which will give you the ability to play the whole tune. All right, so this is unique to the channel. There are some great tutorials for this already out there, but they don't have this. So what is this for all you newcomers? This is my Fenner Rob Fenner idiot proof left hand finger position chart. So by doing, if you download this, you just can't put your fingers in the wrong place, and it tells you exactly what to do, as I shall demonstrate if you stick with me during the course of this particular video. Right, now a lot of people are scared of this tune because it's played by a wonderful guitarist like Mark Knopfler, but once you get inside the head of Mr. Knopfler, and you realise what he's doing, you won't be that scared. Before I go any further, thank you for the donations to the channel. If you want to donate, click the thanks thing at the bottom of this video. You don't have to. Everything on the channel's free. But if you do, it pays for my tea and coffee, alright? So thank you for that. More important, thumbs up please if you don't mind, because that really gets the channel moving. And more important than that, subscribe or share to whoever you like. All the paperwork belongs to me, it's mine, and I'm giving you permission to share it to whoever you like. Alright, so first thing you want to do, download your paperwork, as I've said, blue link under this video, and you'll get a few pages. Alright, it's not that many. Alright, the first thing you need to do is tune your guitar. Alright, so tune your guitar to it is an open G. Now, I'm going to use another guitar for a second just to show you people out there how straightforward it can be if you don't have a tuner. Alright, so I'll use this one. This one is standard tuning, it's not classical, alright? So what I'm going to do, in order to tune this thing, we look at the tuning on the paperwork that you've got D, G, D, G, B, D. So the first thing you want to do is your reference note D. This is assuming you haven't got a tuner. Play your D, your D string. We're in standard at the moment. D. We need to detune our bass string here to a D. So get that note. Da. Hear that ball? Octaves. It's one done. Again, using the D here as your reference, we're going to tune the top E to a D string. We're going to detune that to the equivalent of 2 frets. Here's our datum point, our reference. Okay, we're almost there. The next reference we need is a G. There's our G reference. We need to detune our A string to a G. So we'll play the G string, the G note first. Bring that down 2 frets from an A to a G. And hey presto, we're done. Alright, that's without the aid of a tuner. So if you don't have a tuner, I've just banished that particular excuse for not playing this particular wonderful song. Alright, so there we are. That's how you tune your guitar without a tuner. It's the old-fashioned way of doing it, where you have to use your ears. Okay, but we tend to use a little snarks now. These things, these are great. If you get one of these, always whack it on the end of your guitar. Now, when you've done your tuning and open tuning, and you've checked it with your cap, always check it again when you've put your tuner on. You'll say then, well, hang on, I don't know the notes then. Well, as long as it's sort of the arrows go in the middle, the little thing, you'll know that that's right because you've already tuned it. It's not going to be that far out at that point. So, what are we going to do? Let's look at the chords that we're going to play in this. Now, it's in the key of F. Now, at that point, most of you would run away because you hate F, but this is, as I say, open tuning is designed to make chords easier to play. The only tricky one, it's not even tricky, is the first one. And before you run away from me saying that, 2 of the chords, one of them's this. Hello. Another one of the chords is this with 1 finger. Okay, so 2 of them, you haven't got a problem. There's only 5, and the others aren't that difficult. Let's do the first one. It's an F played like this. Again, the diagram. on the first 2 pages show you the 4 chords we're going to use. So I'll go over them. We've got an F, played like that. We've got a D minor, which is like a little A shape. That's the way I refer to it on strings 5, 4 and 3. And your first finger tucked down there. Okay? If there's a cross above the bass string, don't play it. We'll get to that in a minute. There's our D minor. Our third chord is the C, one of the ones I showed you before, bar across 5 strings, 2nd fret. Our B flat, which is normally again another painful chord if you're standard tuning, is this. Alright, so on page 2, the only one other chord so on it is a little G minor, played with 3 fingers, quite simply. 2, 3. There's your 2nd finger on the bass string, 2nd fret. Your 3rd finger on the 4th string, 2nd fret. Little finger down the bottom, 2nd fret. Lovely that. There are your 4 chords, okay? F, your D minor, your C, your B flat, and your G minor. Alright, so they're the only things we need to do. Now we can play the tune. Alright, so we've done our tuning, we know what chords, there's nothing really scary about all this. So we look at page 1, or sorry, page 3, but page 1 of the intro. Page 3, okay, you'll just see intro written at the top. Now, for those people new to my idiot-proof stuff, what am I talking about? What am I? And don't forget, I do these for me, not for you. I am the idiot, but I write it out this way because I can't read music. Never been able to read music. I'm like all the others, players out there that can't read a bloody note. But it doesn't stop us playing great stuff, alright? And most of the guys that wrote this great stuff, they couldn't read a note either, including Mr. Knopfler. So what have we got? There's our capo at fret 3. That's very important, okay? Fret 3, capo. The tuning is I've told you what that is here. Our finger positions are going to be here, so you're going to put your fingers exactly where they are on the fretboard, okay? And what we're going to do under here, these are your string numbers. Anything you see in a bracket, strings you see in a bracket, you will play together, okay? For example, the first thing you'll see is a 6 and 1, so we'll play those together, etc. Anything that's on its own, you'll play separately, and you'll see a little flick, where it says flick, that means this. That's all it means, all right? We'll get to it. So, we look at our first shape, it's an F, and we go, put our shape on, and it says at the bottom, now try and group your fingers together in the traditional picking way, right? As in, first finger on the 3rd string, 2nd finger on the 2nd string, and your 3rd finger here. It's quite important you do that, because when you get a little flurry of notes, I've got a shadow reflection on my face here. Mottled. The mottled video. Alright, anyway. So we've got F. So let's look at what we're going to do. 6 and 1 together. We know that because it's in a bracket. Okay? Then it says 4 and then a 3. And then 5 and 2 together. And then 1, 2, 6. And then a flick down. We'll do that again. I'm not doing anything other than hold the chord down, alright? Okay, then we'll move on to our next shape, which is an inversion of C. And you'll see a cross over here, so try not to hit that string. It says 5 and 1, 3, 2, 1. 5 and 1's in a bracket. 3, 2, 1. So put those two together. Done. On to page 4. Now the chord B flat, you can drink your tea while you're playing this one because there's no fingers to be added to the fretboard at all. All you got to do is look at what it says: 5 and 1, 4, 3, 5 and 2, 1, 2, 5, flick. 5 and 1, 4, 3, 5 and 2, 1, 2, 5, flick. Then on to C, and you'll see a little asterisk over that C, which I'll describe why that's there in a minute. For the C, just one finger, nice easy shape across our. Actually, I've got it across 4 strings. It should be across the 5, so forgive me for that. Oh, your paperwork will be correct. It's my paperwork that's wrong. So put your finger across the 5 strings. We're going to play a 5 and 2 together. Now you'll notice that on the above the 2, it's got the little letter H. You're going to hammer your second finger onto the second string like this. Okay, that's all that means. 5 and 2, hammer on, and then play a 1. Now when you play the 1, it's always good to bring the hammer, the note you've just hammered on, off, so we don't get this. Okay, so it doesn't say that on the paperwork. There's only so much information paper will give you. That's why I'm telling it you. All right, so 5 and 2 with the hammer on, and then the 1, and bring that finger off when you play the 1. So we've got this. Page 5 is exactly the same. We're going to do the whole thing again, identical. Okay, so start again with the F. 6 and 1, 4, 3, 5 and 2, 1, 2, and then now it's identical except for this bit. So I'll do that again. We've got our F for 6 and 1, 4, 3, 5 and 2, 1, 2. Now instead of playing 6 and a flick as we did on the first time, we're going to do this. How do we do that? You look at the B flat chord here. Where are we? Let me just check. I need to check. I think I'll just check that shape in a minute. This is where we are here. We're still on the F, all right? So this is the bit we're going to play. It's a little flurry of notes, and you have to play it like this. Now get your thumb, and you've got to let your thumb, it's got like rest strokes. What that means is, try not to do this. 6, 5, 4, and then pick up the 3, 2, 1 with your fingers, and then pull off. Now when you pull off that first string there, bring these off with it. Play the first string, but pull the other 2 off as well. Like that. If you look at this here, da 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 da, there's the pull off, but you'll notice on the shape it's got little circles around. That's telling you to pull them off. All right, get rid of that. It's important, that. And then we're on to our B flat, which is again no fingers. 5 and 1, 4, 3, 5 and 2, 1, 2, 5. Okay, so there we are. So we've got, so we repeat the whole thing again. Now the second time you play the C, when you go around again, let me do it again. So we got. First C there, then start again. Now the next C, it plays this rather than. So let me show you what that is. I've not put that down because it would have meant me doing a ream of paper, and I didn't want to do that. So when you get to that second C with the little asterisk, you will play a 5 and a 1 with your little finger on the first string of the 4th fret, and then take your little finger off, and you play that instead of. So. Right, let's play the intro from the beginning to right the way up to the verse. So we've got. C, F, pull off, start again, the second C, back to the F, Right, so we've learned how to play the introduction. That's the most fiddly bit. Now the important part that you need to do now, first of all, make sure you get to know what the names of those chords are and where they are. If you look at page 7 and 8 now, we've got a layout of the first verse and the chorus, okay? Why just the first verse? Because the second verse and any third verse, they're all the same music, different words, okay? And I don't want to bore you with tons of paper, but this is really important. This is the layout for how you will approach the song from now on. So if you look at page 7, you'll see that it's got the, let me just give it a quick heads up on what these numbers mean. These are your beats 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see sometimes there's a change, and I've put those in red, okay, where the chord will change. Sometimes it'll change on beat 3 and 4, sometimes it'll change on beat 4. Sometimes there'll be a riff on the whole thing, or half of it, okay? We'll get to that, but that's what it means, all right? It says quite clearly what it's all about. So these are your beats, and I've put a chord down. Wherever you see a chord, that's a whole bar. And sometimes you'll play a chord and you'll let the thing ring through. Well, again, that's another layer of information we can look at later. Let's just try and get the nuts and bolts of what's going on, all right? So before we start, quick swig. Okay. So we've just done the, we start off on the A Love Struck Romeo. So count it like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm playing both bars. He only plays one and let it ring through, but I just want you to get the count in your head, and we can do all the fiddly bits later. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 to your D minor chord. Check your shapes. You'll know what it is when you look at the first two pieces of paper that we looked at before. D minor. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. A love struck Romeo, sang the streets a serenade. Onto the next line. Laying everybody low, 2 bars of F, D minor, with a love song, got that wrong, with a D minor, with a love song to a B flat that he, and on beats 3 and 4 you'll put a little lick in there. What is that little lick? 3rd string sliding from the 2nd fret to the 4th, and then your 1st finger dropping onto the 2nd string of the 3rd fret. So let's look at that 2nd line again. Laying everybody low, D minor, with a love song, 1, 2, doodle da, and then onto your C. Now we start putting a bit of strumming in here, very lightly. We're not going to do that yet. Find a street light, and on a beat 4 you come off. So find a street light. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and then we got another run. Okay, played with your thumb on beats 3 and 4. So I'll play that through from C. Finds a street light, steps out of the shade, and then a little flick down for your B flat. You and me, babe, how about it? And then a lick on the C. A lick, what does that mean? No, it doesn't mean that. It means, you know, a flurry of notes. In this case, 5, 3 and 2 together. Fingers off, fingers on to play, when I say fingers off, play the 2nd string, do that again. 5, 3 and 2, 2 open, 3 at the bar position, 3 open. Now I like to keep this note ringing while I'm doing that. Okay, rather than, so, you know, again, it's another layer of information that we can fiddle with as we get going. So we've done 7. Page 7 is a verse. There would be another verse after that, played exactly the same way, and then we get into the chorus. So we've got Juliet. Now this, I'll go through the bars first. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'll play this with single beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. first line. Let's do that again. F, C, D minor, 2, 3, 4. See the way we went to the C on beat 4, B flat. Now you may think I'm never going to remember that. Well, you don't have to, because if you look on here you can see exactly where those changes are. Alright, I'm sort of whizzing through this a little bit because I know you can review this video at your own pace. Alright, so look out for these things. When it's on red, that's when you'll change. I'll do that again. So from the F, 2, 3, 4, 1, C, D minor, C, B flat, C, back to the second line. No, it looks like it does exactly the same ish. F, 1, 2, 3, 4, C, D minor, what is it, C, B flat, and then back to C. I'll do the lyric. Juliet, the dice was loaded from the start, and I forget, and you exploded into my heart, and I forget, D minor, the movie song. And then we've got another beautiful little lick. Okay, so if you look at line 3, you'll see B flat plays beat 1. It's nice and easy because there's no fingers to be had. And then we've got a little lick on beats 2, 3 and 4, similar to the first one, sliding from fret 2 to 4 on string 3, string 2 at fret 3, so string 3 from 2 to 4, back to string 3 fret 4, and then an open third to finish. One more time on that lick, from 3rd string, 2nd fret to the 4th, drop your 1st finger onto the 2nd string 3rd, back to your 3rd string fret 4, and then fingers off to play an open 3. Alright, and then while that's open, you'll move to a G minor. It's an interesting little shape. Play it like this, all in the same fret, these fingers. Your 2nd finger on the bass string 2nd fret, your 3rd finger on the 4th string 2nd fret, and your little finger down on the 1st string 2nd fret. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now on beat 4, you've got to get from a G minor to an F. The easiest way to do that, some quick changes in this last part, but nothing you won't be able to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Keep your 3rd finger on, move it up 2 frets, and then rebuild your F from that. Okay, and it's only on for the one beat, that F. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then to your B flat, 1, 2, 3, 4, to the C on beat 4. Do that G minor again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, to a D minor for 2 beats, and then to C for 2 beats, and then back to your thing. Now clearly when he's playing that, for example, I talked about he lets the notes ring out. So for example, when I went like this at the beginning of the verse, 2, 3, 4, 1, he'll go, a love-struck Romeo, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, send the streets of serenade, when everybody loves, with a da-da-dee-da, I don't know the words, da. And around C, so, find a street light, steps out of the shade, you and me, babe, how about it, lick, and then into the verse 2, and then when we get to the chorus, he starts putting a bit more strummy stuff in it. Juliet, the dice was loaded from the start, and I forget, and you exploded into my heart, and I forget the movie song, to the G minor, when you gonna realize it was just that the time was wrong, Juliet. Okay, so that's it. Now keep looking at the video. You're going to have to watch it more than once, but it's a beautiful track to do, and if you're into guitar picking, it's really important that you learn stuff like this. Now, a little, for all you purists out there, and there are some, quite rightly, Mr. Knopfler, when you listen to this on the album, he misses a fifth. He's all for alternating bass is our mark, you know. And if you listen to the record, when he plays it, he does this. And he misses bass notes out, and I don't like it. And it's because it's sort of once you lose that, when he's got a band with him, it's all right because the other players are doing it. So I looked at some of his other videos when he plays it live to see that he actually does add those big bass notes that he misses out on the recorded version, and it makes more sense to me. So I've put them in, all right, because it just doesn't sound right when you lose bass notes. It's important, especially when you're playing it on your own. So I like it to keep that. Okay, but the good news is, if you want to play it as the purist, then you can just leave out some of those bass notes that I've put in. All right, so that is Romeo and Juliet, a beautiful track. As I say, I did it about 4 years ago. I didn't do all of it. I didn't go into the detail I've just gone into now. But really, seriously, on a serious note, don't just watch this once. You're going to have to watch this video a few times and look at the paperwork while you're doing it. All right, that's very important. And if you follow the idiot-proof shapes, which, you know, it's vitally important that you do that, then you just won't be able to cock it up. Put your fingers where it says, do that underneath. Listen to me on the video while you're doing it, and just work it through. Now, I would suggest that you, let's have a look. The tempo of this is 87 beats a minute. But I would suggest when you're practicing it, I did the, let me just play this. This is a metronome at 70 beats a minute. So just have a listen. If it'll play, hold on. See that? So start off at sort of. Do it like that. Do it even slower if you want, and that way you'll get it. All right. So I'm sorry about the mottled video. The way the sun is shining through the trees. All right. There we are. So have a go at that one. Saturday. I'm not sure what I'm going to do on Saturday. I'm actually in a recording studio on Saturday, but I'll try and get something together for the Saturday lesson anyway. All right. So if I don't, you've got plenty to be getting on with. All right, Wednesday I'm definitely here. Wednesday I'm here. I'm talking about next Saturday. All right, so enjoy that one. Download your paperwork. Thanks for the donations. If you want to donate, thanks button at the bottom. It's always appreciated. Pays for the tea, the coffee, and the biscuits. All right, so love you and leave you. See you next time. Take care. Bye bye.